We all know that a Magic plugin is crucial to creating and changing our track to the best sound possible. There are many ways to achieve a particular sound, but the question is, what exactly makes the difference between these three Match EQ plugins? How do you know which one to choose? Well, I've decided to test, compare, and help you choose between the top 3 Match EQ plugins in this video. Hello guys, I'm DJ Legion, back again with another video. In this video I'm going to share my experience about what is better in terms of matching EQ, and I'm also going to compare 3 different match EQ plugins. I'm sure guys you probably have heard of matching EQ, but before we dive in, I would like to explain what this is and why you should care about it. Matching EQ is a technique that a lot of producers use when they are mastering the track. What do? They use a reference track and they make their original track sound as close as possible to the reference track. You may think now, why would I want to make my track sound like any other track? Well, the answer is pretty simple. If your track's frequency is pretty close to the reference track that is on the charts right now, it will be much easier for the listener to listen to your music because for them it will have a very familiar sound. Now let's dive in and start comparing our 3 Match EQ plugins. These plugins are the FabFilter Pro Q3, the Match EQ from Ozone, and the Match EQ from Logic Pro. It is pretty important to mention that when you choose a reference track, the reference track has some similar elements to your original track. For example, you shouldn't take a Pop Smoke track as a reference if you made a beat that has some Juice WRLD vibe in it. Try to choose a track with the same vibe as your original track. Here we got our reference track and here we got the track that we want to apply the match EQ. The best possible way to apply the matching EQ is while listening to the chorus of the beat. This is the chorus from our reference track. And this now is the chorus from our original track. If you listen carefully, you can hear almost the same elements, like the same kick, the same guitar kind of vibe, and some vocal chops. I have also inserted the reference track here on this plugin, and I have also looped the chorus from the reference track, just for us to work a bit quicker. This plugin tells us that we are missing some low frequencies here in comparison with our reference track. And the highs here in this frequency on our original track are a little bit higher. Remember guys, the goal here is to come as close as possible to the reference track. Let's start with the FabFilter plugin first. We select the EQ match here, and for a reference we choose our external sidechain, and here we will choose our reference track, and don't forget to choose linear phase. So let's give it a try. Okay, now we have some suggestions from FabFilter and we select match. And here we can choose how many bands. For this example, we are going to use 16 bands and let's click finish. Now let's compare it to the reference track and see if FabFilter did a good job. With the reference plugin, we can still see that we are missing some low frequencies from our track. And for me, the sound that the FabFilter did here was a bit more like, it was like too much filtered. I don't know for you, but for me, I didn't like it so much. Now, let's try the Izotope Match EQ plugin. Here we want our reference track first to capture, and then we will capture the sound from our original track, and then we will try to apply this EQ there. So let's start. And now let's capture the sound from our original track. Okay, so now this is the EQ curve that Izotope plugin is suggesting. Let's go and start it from the 0 and let's choose, for example, the amount. We want like 40% and some smoothing so that it doesn't have this filtered sound that we heard earlier. And let's give it a try. But before we start comparing, we have to put our plugin to the original track and then we can start comparing. Here we can listen that we came a little bit closer, but we are still missing some low frequencies from our original track. Now let's do the same with the Match EQ plugin from Logic Pro. First, we capture our track and then we capture our reference. Now let's capture the reference. And now let's click match. And let's have a listen our original track in comparison with the reference track. I am pretty surprised that the Logic Pro plugin comes closer to the reference track in comparison with the two others. Of course, you can also achieve good results with the other two plugins, but it will take a little bit more time to fine-tune it. Are you surprised by the results? I was really excited to share this video with you guys because the final results were really impressive, and this showed me that you don't have to own the latest or the most expensive plugins from the market to achieve a great sound. Sometimes the native plugins from your DAW can work charms. A small disclaimer though, it is impossible to achieve an identical sound with Magic EQ, but if you have the chance to come as close as possible, why not give Magic EQ a try? I would really like to hear from you guys. What is your opinion about Magic EQ? Leave a comment below and let me know. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to improve your mixing and producer skills. See you next time.